This is the Chab Dog Sports Talk Show. We're ADHD hosts that are OCD about our sports. Host Brandon Chabner brings you Eric the Well-Read, Frank the Tank, and Boston Mark for sports talk that's breaking news everywhere else. Now here's your host, Brandon Chabner.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Chab Dog Sports Talk. We're on every Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific Time, brought to you by Chabner Law, serving Southern California's transactional business needs, and by Chab Dog Sports Blog for your head of your sports headlines and biting sports commentary. All right, well, this is the last show of March, so let's make it count, Eric. Here in the Newport Beach studios with Eric Sauve, my co-host.
Hey, Chab Dog.
Yeah, so this is it. March is going to go out with a big bang. Boy, what a month we've had, and can't wait to see what happens on April Fool's Day.
Yes,
That's
looking forward
up.
to getting out of this month and into a fresh month. Exactly.
Do you like April Fool's Day?
Never been a big fan of it. To tell you the truth.
I know. I'm not either.
No.
I don't like having an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, surprises like that. At
telling
others'
me
expense.
something that's really, really good that doesn't happen. You know
That too.
I gotta be careful because I don't know. Did you win any superlatives in high school? Did you have those superlatives?
Superlatives. What's that?
You know what that is?
No.
Well, it's basically your classmates take votes on which person won this award, like the most congenial or the most likely to succeed.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. No, but they didn't have such voting at my
And they took that
school.
very seriously at my school.
Okay.
And you probably couldn't even imagine what I won. I won 2.
No,
in a class of 550 people, that's a lot. That's pretty impressive.
I think most likely to wear a goatee.
What?
Yeah. Did you win that one? Most likely to wear a goatee?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
I would never even have considered having facial hair in those days.
There you go. But hey.
Yeah. So you have no idea. Well,
No,
I won biggest complainer.
Okay.
Can you imagine that?
Well, it's hard to imagine now, but it's funny to think.
I actually didn't win, but I came in second or third for worst driver.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't like my driving.
Huh.
But the one that I won that I'll never live down, because I ended up going to Yale. You know, I was like second in my class.
Right.
But I got biggest airhead. And it was all because of a few things I did that were kind of I can space out at times, and I did some. We got somebody on the line here.
It's Frank Fleming.
Hello, Frank. Frank Fleming,
The Rock's Encyclopedia.
the raw dogger extraordinaire.
Yes, raw dog.
How's everything going there in
immune.
the 5 points?
Everything fucking sucks. Everything is terrible. Everything sucks. Life is truly horrible. It really fucking sucks.
Well, you did get out there and do that hot dog review. I saw that.
Yeah.
No, I actually recorded those at March 7th.
Oh.
Yeah. Just before
So,
lockdown.
I mean, when's the last time you left your house, your apartment?
I try to go for a short drive every day.
How much is gas?
Typically, I'll go and get something for either lunch or breakfast.
Oh, so you
I
go
like
out.
Wendy's,
You go out
Burger
to eat.
King.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go out
Right.
shopping. I actually did my laundry on Friday.
Mm-hmm. Was it busy?
It wasn't. It wasn't too busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Burger King, man. I'm a big Burger King guy. Do you like Burger King?
I like Burger King. I like Wendy's better.
Oh, you like Wendy's better? I mean, Wendy's has really good hamburgers. I got to give you that. But Burger King,
that's what the difference is.
Yeah,
I like the plain broiling at Burger King, but I like that the Wendy's burger has a better quality meat.
Yeah, it's good. Good meat. It's like
I also like Wendy's spicy chicken. That's pretty good. Wendy's also has good chicken nuggets, and Wendy's now has breakfast, and I love their Wendy's breakfast.
Oh, it is a good breakfast?
Never had a Wendy's breakfast. Where do you get there?
In fact, I had a bacon croissant today at Wendy's.
Wow. Bacon croissant.
Nice bacon, huh? Substantial bacon, tasty?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They even have a breakfast baconator.
That's right.
With
That's
the
right.
egg, the sausage, and bacon. With the cheese.
Yeah.
That's pretty exotic.
Yeah, I
did that. I'm getting things ordered in every now and then. I did my grocery shopping on Thursday. I haven't panic shopped like anyone else has. I'm still doing the same type of shopping. I go get what I need, and I go get what's on sale, which is truly the smart thing to do.
Yeah, I'm with you, Frank. I'm doing the same thing you are. My shopping hasn't changed at all.
Well, except that you can't take stuff out of the store in quantities like you used to. Everything's twos, right?
I haven't changed my shopping habits. I'm doing the same I shopped as before.
Mm-hmm.
I buy what's on sale, and I
buy what you need for a few days, and that's it.
So you are able to get toilet paper.
I don't need toilet paper.
What?
I bought 24 rolls at the beginning of February when it was on sale.
Yeah, he was ahead of the game. He was ahead of the curve.
Oh, so you really stocked up. Okay.
He got some.
Yeah, they had the pack there.
Yep.
It might be 12 rolls, but they call it the double roll. They try to tell you it's 24, like getting 24 rolls. But I bought the big pack, the big bag pack of Charmin.
Yeah.
So I got that. It was on sale.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go through that much toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
I live by myself, so it's not like fucking the toilet paper going nuts. So
well,
I had no.
Frank, have you ever lived with women?
And the reason I bought toilet paper in February was I was down to my last roll.
You ever see how women go through toilet paper?
When I need it.
Okay. Do you ever see how women go through toilet paper?
Tank, you don't understand. That doesn't enter into his thought process, I think.
Well, he might remember living, in the household with his mother or with other women, maybe sisters.
Yeah. I would guess. But for me personally,
they make a roll disappear in like a, geez, it's like, what do they eat the stuff or something? Like, what the hell? Where's those toilet paper go?
Mm. So,
so that's not an issue with me.
Good, yeah.
So I'm pretty good with the toilet paper.
Same thing. A roll lasts.
But you know what's becoming a problem? I have to tell you, I'm really getting sick of this now. Is that places don't want to let me into their store because they're afraid I might give them something. I had this.
Well, yeah, you look pretty scary, man.
I had this problem yesterday.
Yeah, it's called a goatee.
I went to the bank. What do you mean? They know me, man. These people know me.
And they know. Yeah, they know.
I'm like part of their family. But now I had to answer about 5 questions about my health status before the bank would let me in.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
God, we haven't got that bad yet.
What the fuck? Why are they? I mean, what is their problem? You put it all on a sign, and I still have to answer the same questions on the sign.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's called an interrogation.
I mean, you're either open for the public or you're not.
Everyone's getting to see what life live in North Korea.
Yeah, so I got a word out here to Tank, who's playing the role of Paul Revere here, and these trolls on Facebook who are somehow trying to say that what he's saying is somehow is I don't know what, it's not American, or I don't know what they're accusing
I missed
of
this.
Here,
what are you talking about?
Well, Frank's just saying it like it is. The virus originated
are you
in
talking?
China.
Oh, you talked about some stuff maybe I saw on Stuart's page. Stuart and Frank were going at it a little bit.
Well, there's although that was a little different, but
yeah, I guess you probably would get criticized for saying politically incorrect things like
this
is
is
the
China virus. We're all in agreement it's a CCP, Chinese Communist Party virus, but
I saw Frank's post about why so many of these things originate in China.
yeah, exactly. Scoreboard.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that. That's just the truth.
is there?
Realize the fucking facts. I wouldn't even be surprised if this is biowarfare.
Exactly, and in fact, you're simply suggesting the idea, and people are freaking
I think
out.
they ruled that out though, because they said it wasn't
I'm
genetic.
not going to agree with that.
Didn't rule
Who's
out.
they? Exactly. It's not been ruled
I
out.
wouldn't. If China told me it was the sky was blue, I wouldn't fucking trust them.
One thing I did notice was they stopped the rate of infection like in its tracks at some point.
Well, that's
did you
what
see
they
that?
say.
No, they didn't. They tell you.
That's what they're saying.
They got 95. They got 35,000 earned.
Their medal count has not grown at all, and we have become the leader.
Yeah,
The clear leader.
Yeah, we're the clear leader.
You're relying on their stats.
It's a failure of our system here. There is what's being implied.
This is we're not going to get to see the regular Olympics this year, but this is our substitute.
We're
winning the Olympics.
There's been a lot more people that died in China than any other country. They got 35,000 earned. What are they? What are they going to plant more gardens?
Yeah, there were.
Plants?
Did you see that there were 21 million since the numbers have been kept since the year 2000 in China? They've never decreased in a month, and yet last month there were 21 million fewer cellular subscribers in China.
Yeah, because
why.
the
21 million.
Did you watch Chernobyl last year?
I didn't, but that series got a lot of press. I mean, I feel like I've seen it vicariously.
In like the second episode, they had or maybe even the first episode, they had the Chinese the Communist Party put out there.
Yeah.
Shut off the phone lines. Don't allow anyone in. And if anyone asks, tell them to mind their labor. We don't need anyone knowing about this. And he says, look at where you are. You're at the Vladimir Lenin nuclear power plant. This is our chance to show our way of life is perfect.
It comes from China.
Meanwhile, they had a scientist come there and he went, "What did you say?" He goes, "It's nothing to worry. It's just chest X-ray."
You get the
And he
TV
says,
going here?
"No, it's like having a million chest X-rays." And then they're getting ready to fly over the bomb. He goes, and he says, "I want to get a close look." The Communist Party official, and then the scientist looks at him and says, "If we go over that, we will die." And also this guy's going, oh shit.
Wow, so he really had no idea, did he?
And like this scientist comes
Fearless.
to Belarus and says, "Wait a second, if you do that, you're going to cause another explosion." It's like they're so obtuse. They didn't, and they try to cover it up. Meanwhile, Finland goes, "Hey, Russia, we're noticing a lot of radiation coming from you," and then they had to finally confess that something happened. And it's the same thing with the Chinese government. Communist government lie.
They're about as transparent as the New England Patriots in their injury reports.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah, I'll back that analogy. They're patriots obtuse.
The other thing I noticed was that Russia has hardly anything. There's some, but not much. You really think they have that under control? They're right next door to China.
They haven't told us shit. Although supposedly they're saying they're going very quietly. Help!
They probably all get shipped. Anybody that gets it gets shipped off to Siberia.
Nobody has died of the coronavirus, and now, in fact, every time someone goes to the doctor with the coronavirus, they die of lead poisoning.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're totally messing with the numbers. We have to expect that. Now that we're seeing how things are actually playing out in Italy, we can see that the Chinese, the numbers are definitely being manipulated.
The numbers
here.
aren't at all consistent across countries. I mean,
No, they're not, though.
There's huge variations. I don't understand that. Must have. Maybe it does. The disease has different strains that get localized. I don't know.
No, China is lying.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Now we're getting. Now that we're seeing it in Italy, we're getting a better idea of what it's going to be like everywhere else, because China didn't give us a very good example. Because they
Italy and Spain.
And look at this asshole that's become everyone's hero all of a sudden. Kumu. There's 30,000 ventilators that New York put in storage. And Cuomo says, no, we can't. We don't need them yet. But we need 300,000 ventilators because we're going to need them.
Yeah, Cuomo's your boy.
Well, I mean, there's always corruption. Always corruption.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it got noted when he was whining to the president the other day that, we need 40,000 now. And, and you only gave us 4.
Yeah, and there's 30,000 of them sitting in storage.
Yeah, sitting in Queens.
That he doesn't want to get.
I know. New York politics, man.
Maybe those models got called back because of a defect.
They're made in China. No, they're made by the Trump Corporation.
They're design defects. I don't know.
Who knows?
They wouldn't be using something.
The only thing you know is that there's just pure, total corruption. Government is corrupt. Mm-hmm. If you let government control more, you'll get more corruption. That's all you'll get. You won't get anything better. Government is inept. Government is inefficient. And in New Jersey, it's they count like this: one for the project, one for me. Mm-hmm. 2 for the project, 1, 2 for me. There's so much patronage.
That's been happening since time immemorial.
Yeah, that's called normal business day.
Well, I can't take another month of this shit. That's all I can tell you.
I know.
I gotta get
kickbacks aren't coming.
I gotta get a haircut.
Exactly.
I gotta start getting more clients calls from my clients. I mean, it's not good. But the hair thing is becoming a.
Well, you can get a buzz cut. Oh, I showed you how to do it yourself buzz cut.
Like they did in Stripes.
That clip. I sent the clip over of Tank. He showed it right there on TV.
I don't think I want one of those stupid buzz cuts. I already tried that.
Cut. You see, my hair is retreating, so I decided to surrender to war.
So you just got rid of your hair?
Yeah, he cut the whole thing off right there on TV.
Oh.
I buzz my hair every 4 to 6 weeks.
Like clockwork.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. I'd actually never seen it before. Someone actually just never seen it before, so it was kind of neat.
We all may be cultivating that shaved head look soon, if this keeps up.
Yeah, a few more weeks of this, so I might join you, Tank.
The Dewey Oxberger look. It's right out of Stripes.
So, Tank, it would have been opening day, was it March 27th or 28th?
Yep, I've been getting a bobblehead today.
Oh, and that's painful.
How often did baseball ever start? Usually baseball starts April 1st or after.
No. Last couple of years they've been pushing it
into March.
Into March.
Okay.
I don't like that. To me, baseball should not be played in March.
I thought it just seems so early.
It's an April sport.
I wouldn't mind pushing the postseason in November, but they want to try to prevent that, so they started pushing it into March.
So why don't they cut 6 games off the schedule or something? The precious 162 could, that could be changed. It's silly.
That's the joke.
No, not enough people go to baseball games anymore.
Well, who wants to go in November?
Let's get 20,000, 20 to 40,000. If they get a bobblehead on the weekend, they'll get 30,000.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's selling that place out in terms of the capacity?
41,000.
So they do pack it out. They fill it up. That's great.
You talking about for a Mets game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But not every franchise is like that.
Bad night, they'll get 10,000.
Oh, well, tell us about Noah Syndergaard.
The only pitcher that gets injured in a fucking when no one's pitching.
Yeah.
All he does
Why? What did he do this time? What happened to him this time?
Well, you don't know?
And he tore his fucking elbow lifting weights because that's all he wants to fucking do is lift fucking weights.
What happened?
So the guy looks like he's fucking chiseled from fucking granite. He's got no fucking fat on. Yet now he can't pitch because he just lifts too many fucking weights.
Yeah, no.
Chab Dog missed the news.
What was the
Tank,
news?
tell him what happened.
Tommy John surgery.
Holy shit.
Sorry, Tank.
Boy, there goes one of your stars.
And he had Tom Butchercross says, and if baseball does begin, that means the Mets are going to be in last place. And then he starts singing songs. I got the joy.
Everybody knows.
And they had Chris Carlin.
Yeah.
Who does,
we've had like part of a show on this.
He just trade everyone. Just start in the beginning and say the cash. Hey, he's winning.
Okay, calm down.
You win too much. It makes you arrogant. And I think it's good to lose. It's good losing. It's good for the soul.
Yeah, he's really upset about this.
Everyone with 81. The world will be good. I think
Tank.
the
Mets found a way to even make
this guy,
this
by
news
the way,
happen.
Bucker's announcer. So he's been around losing so much. He thinks losing is the way of life.
Yeah,
the normal way.
Tank,
what the hell is supposed to do, you moron?
What Tank needs is a couple of old fashions. Can you get that clip up?
Yes.
See if you can guess, Tank. Guess who's flying this plane? Okay, this is a good clip. Who's flying the plane and who's the guy that was having the drinks made? If we can get the clip.
We can get the clip. Oh. We're getting closer.
It's a mad world. Mad world.
There it is.
There we go.
Thank you.
You know what, I need a drink. There's some ice and stuff back there. Why don't you make us all some old fashions?
Old fashions? You think you ought to drink while you're flying?
Well, stop kidding, will you? And make us some drink.
Stop
You just
kidding.
press the button back there marked booze. It's the only way to fly.
That's a nice bar, huh? Oops. Traffic ticket.
Don't make them so sweet this time.
You want another one? You've had two already. Can't you wait till we're on the ground?
What are you talking about? All right, I'll make the next batch. You take the controls.
I don't know how to fly an airplane.
Well, it's really nothing to it.
But Benji, you can't fly.
Well, that's nonsense. Anybody can fly a plane. Now, here, I'll check you out. Put your little hands on the wheel. That's it. Now you have it. Now the feet on the rudder. You got it? There you go. Feet on the rudder. That's not... Who says this boy can't fly this old plane? There you go. Now I'm going to make an old-fashioned, the old-fashioned way, the way dear old Dad used to.
What if something happens?
What can happen to an old-fashioned, all right?
Hey, Benji, I know you don't know what to do or anything, so don't do nothing.
I won't do nothing.
That's it. That boy's a natural-born flyer, that's all.
Benji, he's back on us. Uneasy, just like he said he's back on her, Benji.
Trying my best.
I'm kidding aside. I'm not kidding any longer. It's making me nervous. Why? We had an accident back here.
His
What
name
happened?
is Dallas.
Yeah, that was an accident, all right.
You ever see that movie?
I saw that years ago.
Yeah, that's the one.
There's so many good actors in that movie. I mean, it's just...
You know what I watched this week? Being home, doing nothing, turning around, and just seeing
Yeah.
something.
What's that?
The Cannonball Run movies.
Oh, yes. Dom DeLuise. What was his character? He was some kind of superhero, wasn't he, or something?
Captain...
Yeah.
God, it was Captain something like that. Captain Danger or something like that.
I love Burt Reynolds too.
Burt Reynolds.
Farrah Fawcett was in that, right?
And
Roger
Jimmy
Moore.
Farr is the Sheik.
I have to watch that.
Yeah, Jimmy
but
Farr.
I'd have to get Netflix. I can't get it on YouTube. I can't get hardly any clips on YouTube.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Jackie Chan was in the second one.
Yeah, wasn't that a very Japanese, what we call it, a very racist role or something? Racist
What,
depiction.
like a stereotypical role?
Stereotypical. Well, yeah, they're all this squabbling in Japanese really quick, and they jump in.
And, like he was driving with Jaws.
Oh yeah, Richard Kiel.
Yeah,
Richard Kiel.
Here.
Who was in that?
He was in that.
Bill Tillis was stuttering.
We could play him the Richard Kiel clip from Letterman. Did you ever see Richard Kiel on Letterman, Tank?
No.
Oh, he was good. He's funny. Let's play him a little of that.
Yeah,
This is really good. Listen to this dialogue. Look how big the guy is.
7-1.
7'2".
How you doing?
This isn't one of Bill's chairs, is he?
No, probably not the $121,000 kind. Is that going to be all right? Are you all right in there?
Yeah, I'm
you
fine,
comfortable?
yeah.
Okay.
I understand you've been fooling around with my wife.
Oh, gosh. What a rich sense of humor.
Is that a reference to Mr. Eddie and
Yeah.
So Fun?
As a matter of fact, I'm one of your biggest fans.
Well, that's very nice of you. No, I wasn't going to mention this, but you've referred to your size directly or indirectly here a couple of times.
Yeah,
And
I don't mind. Yeah,
no,
we can
okay.
do size
How
too,
tall a
so.
person are you?
I'm 7'2".
7'2", and what do you weigh?
That's with my elevator shoes, which
He's
I
got
don't
a good
have.
voice, too, doesn't he?
And what is your weight?
Great radio.
Well, I don't
voice.
talk about that. No, I weigh about 330.
Now,
330.
Oh, really? Yeah.
what kind of? This must be problems for you, like airplanes, hotels, that sort of thing. Do you run into like a bed? Do you have to get a special bed in a hotel?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of king-size beds and basketball players, so it's not too big of a deal. If there's a problem, I just sleep in shifts. But airplanes, I'll tell you, I had a real problem flying out here.
Cannonball
I have this
Run,
new
too.
plane. I won't mention the name, but it was this AA Airlines, and which I don't understand because everybody was drinking like mad.
Yeah,
but it was, but the bathrooms, the walls kind of tilt forward. You're 6 feet tall, and it must be a problem for you. Yeah, but for me, I can't even get in. I open the door and there's a wall.
He couldn't fit.
So what do you would do? Have somebody hold the door open and you stand on the other side of the hallway? On the other side of the aisle? What a horrible notion that is. Gosh.
That's about it. Yeah, it's,
Do people, after a while, does it get on your nerves when people talk to you about it or make remarks to you when they see it? Because you're a very recognizable person, even if you weren't 7'2". I mean,
how's that?
well, because of the parts that you've played in films.
Oh, I know.
You're
talking about,
very
like,
distinct,
no, it's
distinct
true.
characters.
Yeah, in fact, one time there was this guy, and he stood, looking at me, staring for about an hour. And that really bugs me when people stare. Finally, I said to him, I said, what's the matter? Haven't you ever seen a guy with a space between his teeth?
Get it? That's Letterman. He's the same thing. That's why he said that.
Oh, guys.
Because Letterman has a space between his teeth. I think they show it. I think they show it. That's what he's getting at. It was good. Yeah. You got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll clear this auditorium. Let's talk about some of the parts that you've had in film. You were the guy with the steel. Actually, they were tools for teeth, right? Wasn't that the character in the character of Jaws? They wanted a guy who actually could bite cable with his teeth and stuff like that.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, that was my audition for the film,
Yeah.
which is kind of discouraging for an actor. They say, "Can you bite a steel cable in half?"
Now, these things that they built for you to wear, was that difficult to act with those in there? Were they painful? Were they
Yeah,
uncomfortable?
they were pretty miserable. It was like having a train in your mouth. It was.
Well, in fact, I think we have a picture of them right here, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, these things were kind of like uppers and lower dentures made out of cobalt steel that went in the roof of your mouth, and they were a little rusty, and And that painful expression I have in my face is because they're making me nauseated.
Yeah. Good Lord. And then what is this one? This is, I guess, from a new film with you.
Yeah, I just did a Western with Clint Eastwood called Pale Rider.
Oh, yeah, he was in Pale Rider. Remember that? He
I've
broke
always
the
wanted to
rock.
ride a horse, you know.
They were trying
As
to
you can
break
see,
this rock.
I play a leading man.
And then he gets into a fight.
How would do you ride horses a lot? Do you ever ride horses?
No, in fact, I hadn't ridden for years and years. The first time I rode in the film was a film called Rifleman, a TV show. They had this great big horse. Yeah, a long
now,
time ago.
does that bother the horse to have someone of your size?
In this particular film, they had just a regular horse, and the 330 pounds. I'm not real big in the seat, so it was like all in one spot. And then my legs kind of dangled down in all the wrong places for the horse. And,
it's like a horse with 6 legs.
And so, then he saw that gap between my teeth.
Oh, stop it. Now,
anyway, the horse got really, after about an hour of sitting on, the movies you shoot over and over and over again, I guess he got kind of a pain in his back because he started complaining. And so in the show, I get off the horse and I have a confrontation with Clint, and I go back to get on the horse. And when I went back to get on the horse started backing away.
That's it.
The horse
we got to do a commercial, Richard. We'll be right back.
You can kill it, but that was part of that. That was good.
An early interview with Richard Kiel, 1985.
Yeah, I was in college.
Yeah. You cutting classes and watching Letterman, were you?
We'd watch it late at night. Sometimes after I was done with, they would be on.
Mm-hmm.
One of my roommates really liked Letterman a lot. I thought he was funny too. I miss him.
Back in the 80s, he was great. Peak of his career right there.
Did you ever watch Letterman, Tank?
Yeah, but when he started getting political, he started sucking.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't really remember that about him being really political, but maybe that happened towards the end.
He got political like in the 2000s.
Oh,
yeah,
so exactly. He was really he was pissed off about Gore losing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a Gore.
And meanwhile, you had this is when he started getting his ass kicked on a nightly basis by Jay Leno.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, because Leno just kept on being, he just was funny with no politics.
Letterman Leno overtook him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then he's been gone for a while. I guess he doesn't do anything, does he? He's very low profile.
He's done some interview shows for Netflix. That's about it.
Mm. Yeah, so you watch.
And meanwhile, the asshole who took over Letterman is only 2 towns away from me.
Is that the guy that took? Is that Jimmy Fallon? Who is that took over for him?
Hey guys.
Hey, it's Brian. Hey, Brian.
Yes, sir.
I was hoping you'd call in.
Yeah.
We got Frank Fleming on the line too, and we just got done talking about David Letterman. Did you watch any Letterman?
I don't know why my phone's acting up today. This is twice now it's dropped.
Okay, we got you, Tank, and we
got Brian on the line. Brian just called in.
You there, Brian?
From Sports Rock. I was asking him about Letterman. You there, Brian?
No, we seem to have lost Brian.
We lost Brian? Oh, that's too bad. We're having one of those damn Skype days.
Yeah, one of those Skype days.
Well, we got Frank, right?
We got Frank, though. Frank, you're there, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, okay, at least we got one of you.
So, I was, now that the main sports that I usually follow are no longer going on, my mind somehow turned to car racing. And did you like the Grand Prix? Did you ever watch that?
Not too often.
No, I liked it when they raced in the actual cities, where you could actually see part of the city as opposed to just a racetrack.
That's more interesting than just going around on a track.
Yeah, a track's boring. But we do have some footage from the. Can we pull up that footage?
Let's see if I can get.
All right. He's gonna call Brian back. We have this good clip from the Detroit Grand Prix.
Oh yeah, the Detroit Grand Prix.
And Jackie Stewart's in it and narrating. I like Jackie Stewart doing Grand Prix.
I think we got Brian back on the call here.
Do we have Brian back? I don't know what we have.
Well, I think we're close. Well, it says we got 2 or 3. All right. Well, here's Jackie Stewart.
Yeah, we want to play some Flying Scott. Jackie Stewart at the Detroit Grand
Jackie
Prix.
used to wear this black hat and he had his long hair.
Yeah. Oh, let's do the Detroit Grand Prix. There we go.
Again, with all the yachts sitting out there trying to get a good view of this remarkable event. Alan Frost, and you can see how bumpy that car is with little or no suspension along these streets that have been designed only on this occasion for the Grand Prix, but normally for our street cars.
Another look at the standings, and Cheever of the United States is still in 6th place.
Nigel Mansell.
Detroit Grand Prix. There is Prost. You see the margin between him and Keke Rosberg. So Prost is beginning to move it out just a little bit. And remember, as long as he is in front of Rosberg by anything, he's a good 3 seconds ahead.
Any further advantage he can take at this time, of course, will be to his advantage later if he has to go a little bit easier because of brakes or tyres. And Keke Rosberg earlier, if you did not see it, was suggesting that there may be a little complication for these cars in the lead, at least the lead car, both with regards to brakes and tyres. Mansell and the Lotus is up there.
Lotus.
Geez, isn't that exciting just to hear that again?
I love that guy's voice. I hope. So we got Tank, or do we have nobody, or do we have 2 people?
Sure, we have Tank. And Brian?
Yeah, I'm here.
You there, Brian?
Yeah. I don't think Brian's on. For some reason, we couldn't get him.
Well, it shows 702 numbers on.
I know he's not saying anything. I don't know.
Maybe he's shutting us off.
Well, anyway, yeah, I thought that was interesting to see. They should have a Newark Grand Prix.
Hello, I'm back.
Oh, yeah, here.
There he is. Did you hear our clip that we played?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, Jackie Stewart, baby.
Now, Mike, this is crazy today.
Now you're back.
I'm sorry. Well,
he's flipping. Yeah, it's just randomly flipping between the 2 of you. We jump to Tank.
Oh, come on.
It won't merge the 2 calls.
Oh, well, this is beyond me.
Oh, I know.
I don't know. Skype has just been kind of unreliable.
Like certain women that we date.
Yeah. We like the Defy Life platform a lot, but the
it's the Skype part. It's the hard part.
The Skype part is just, it shouldn't be this hard. Now what do you got?
I was just looking at something here. Stewart just doesn't fucking get it.
Who does?
Stewart, yes.
Stewart who?
Well, a new one or an old one?
Oh, you're talking about Stuart Owens? Stuart Owens?
He says that the Chinese government is the greatest government in the world. Dang, dang! We should be grateful for grateful Chinese government. And if they give us disease, we should be grateful and thankful for the opportunity to reset America.
Oh, he's fucking with you. You got it. You can't let him. He's being extreme for just the sake of getting you upset.
You got to admit that Trump was right, because how many judges has Jesus Christ appointed to the Supreme Court? 0. Trump's already put 2 on.
Well, that's a fake news site. that's actually a parody news site.
Of course.
That he did.
Of course.
But now you're saying that he's denying that all these outbreaks come from China. They come from China. Because they're fucking filthy.
The Chinese admitted they came from China. I mean, even they can't lie about it. They're trying to, but...
I never thought this would happen, but I'm actually having psychological problems even thinking about getting Chinese food. And I'm Jewish.
Chinese food.
We love that.
It's fine. And by the way, most Chinese food in America is American.
Yeah. Okay, so
but I'm talking about these fucking filthy markets where they fucking eat dog.
Or bat.
Bat, rat. You
Cat.
fucking name it. Look at that video of the fucking Wuhan market. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, the live market, yeah.
Oh, come on.
That market.
That guy would have liked it. What was that guy that ate all the weird food? What was his name? Andrew something? Isn't there
all the weird food?
You ever watch those shows, Tank, where they have the guy that eats
some of them. And I'm pretty sure he went to fucking China.
Andrew Zimmerman or something?
It's disgusting. I don't care what you fucking think about it. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Chinese Americans. The fact that they got a fucking corrupt government.
Yeah, a reasonable government would close a place like that down.
And wouldn't be jailing the doctors instead. And
or shutting down people's cell phone service.
Or not allowing the CDC to come in for 17 days.
That's the problem. It's the government. It's not their Chinese people.
No, it's not
the Chinese government.
It's the Chinese Communist Party. The Chinese government. It's not the people.
And these people who actually these left wingers who embrace and love the Chinese government don't want to hear that. God forbid.
Stuart, if you got any balls, you'll call into the show to defend yourself.
Well, yeah, you got a point there.
I want to hear what you have to say about this. I didn't see this. I didn't see what he wrote.
But I think Owen was just. I think he got taken in by it as well in that one campaign. So he didn't agree with that take either.
What's he so pleased with the Chinese government about? That That they stopped the virus now? I mean, I don't know.
Oh, they donated a bunch of supplies. I mean, sold a bunch of supplies.
Oh, thank you. Very little. We shouldn't even be in this mess.
That's right.
If that hadn't been for you.
Exactly.
Go fuck yourself.
You know.
Okay.
A lot of people saying reparations now. You know.
Well, we'll get it one. We'll get it back one way or another.
Of course we will.
Yeah. So now we're stuck doing other things with a quality of life that's less than optimal.
But you know, there's always this.
But gives us more time to explore.
Fucking misery, fucking miserable.
Okay, you guys want to wallow in misery a little more?
Fuck.
Yeah. No sports, no contact.
You're not watching old sports, like pulling up highlights and things.
Depends what's on, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
A lot of the Baseball Network showed a lot of things from '86 yesterday, so I was watching that.
Okay. Oh, the Mets.
That's good memories. '86.
Well, I thought of something Eric might like, so I pulled this clip from the Sabres. This was in 1971. Yes. They had great teams, didn't they?
Yeah, the early '70s Sabres.
The French Connection.
One short statement by Seymour Knox in January of 1970. And after 4.5 years of work by the Niagara Frontier Hockey Association, Major League Hockey has made it to Buffalo. After missing out in the 1966 expansion and failing to move the Oakland franchise to Buffalo, the Knoxes were successful in 1970. And with general manager Punch Imlock and his lucky
that was
with
when
the
the
NHL
Golden
amateur
Seals
draft,
turned into
it
the
was now
Sabres.
time to build a team for the big time. The famous spin of the wheel. The wrong call
why were they
by
talking about the
Commissioner
Golden
Campbell.
Seals?
A correction.
Well, they were trying to get
the pick
them to move.
belongs to the Sabres. And here comes the franchise.
So who did the Golden Seals turn into?
Frank, what happened to the Golden Seals?
The Golden Seals became the Cleveland Barons in 1976.
Oh.
They only lasted 2 seasons. And as the Barons were 2 seasons, they were about to go bankrupt. The Minnesota North Stars were about to go bankrupt. the two owners merged and became one team as the North Stars. So the North Stars stayed, and the Cleveland Barons are the last major sports franchise in the four major leagues to have folded. Although, ironically,
the Barons
partnership
just
that
merged into someone else.
Barons and Stars under the North Stars broke up in 1990 with the George Gund, who now owned the Barons, founding the San Jose Sharks.
Oh, wow. What a interesting
loose connection between the Golden Seals and the Sharks.
Wow.
The only time in history
And
that
when
a
the Sharks
shark,
played their
a seal has
postseason,
given birth to a shark.
They actually
Via
played in
Cleveland.
the
Baron.
Cow Palace,
With the Baron.
which is where I think the Seals played there maybe one season.
Yeah. Well, Buffalo, poor Buffalo. They lost two teams, right? They lost the Braves.
The Braves.
And then just one.
Just one. Yeah.
Just one.
Maybe
Sorry.
Two. We're missing one here.
No, because I know they don't have one. They did have three teams, and now they
had the Braves.
And now they're two.
Yeah, packed her out.
Yeah, I guess the Sabres are pretty solid. They're not going to leave.
They're not going anywhere. Oh no.
They get a lot of fans.
Well, enough. I mean, it's a small market, but it's a strong market.
Yeah. Did you like the Buffalo Braves? You remember those teams, Frank?
Yeah, the Buffalo Braves, now known as the
Clippers.
Los Angeles Clippers.
Right. We got a Braves Celtics clip here from 1970.
You know what happened there, don't you?
What's that?
You know what happened there, don't you?
No, not really.
Okay, here's this statement. When the ABA folded, John Brown owned the Kentucky Colonels.
John Y. Brown. Yeah.
To get him to agree to fold the Colonels, they gave him a payout and let him buy the Buffalo Braves. Somebody built the Celtics, and he wanted to move the Celtics to San Diego. The NBA blocked this guy from moving the Celtics to San Diego and brokered a deal where John Brown became owner of the Celtics, and this guy moved the Braves to San Diego.
You mean John Brown became the head of the Sabres, of the Braves? What?
John Brown became the owner of the Braves after the ABA folded.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, some guy brought the Celtics and wanted to move them to San Diego.
Okay, but nobody's ever moving the Celtics. That's crazy.
They tried to. So the NBA stepped in, and John Brown became owner of the Celtics, and the guy that wanted to move the Celtics to San Diego took over the Braves and moved them to San Diego.
Oh, so John Brown took over the Celtics.
Eventually, yeah. And then he left the Celtics to become governor of Kentucky.
Oh, wow. What an interesting career. John Y. Brown.
John A. Brown. I know it was John A. Brown for some reason, but yeah.
Oh, it wasn't John Y.? I thought it was John Y.
It was some letter. I thought it was A. Could be Y.
I don't know why I remember that. I guess because I'm a big Celtics fan, and I noticed when somebody new bought the Celtics or something. But
yeah, there was a guy that actually wanted to move them to fucking San Diego in 1978. You're right, it was John Y. Brown.
Yes.
He wanted to move them. By the way, John Y. Brown, you know who he was married to at one point?
No.
Phyllis George.
Oh, Phyllis George. Did that last through her when she was on the NFL Today?
Probably at the end of her NFL Today career, or maybe after she left.
Yeah, she was nice. I liked Phyllis George.
Oh, she was pregnant.
Very attractive.
He left the first wife He left his first wife to marry her.
Yeah.
Here, this guy's name is Irv Levine. Or Irv Levin. Wanted to move the Celtics to San Diego.
Yeah.
And the NBA brokered a swap of franchises. Irv Levin got the Braves, and he was allowed to move. And John A. Brown owned the Celtics for a couple of years.
Right. Well, those Buffalo teams they had some good players. I mean, Ernie DiGregorio, he was excellent point guard. And they had Bob McAdoo. And Randy Smith, the Iron Man. They had Bob Weiss. You remember Bob Weiss?
Yep. Oh, look at this. Norman Vincent Peale was the Reverend or something like that married Phyllis George and John Y. Brown.
Norman Vincent Peale, of all people. Wow. Power of positive persuasion.
Yep, here it is. And when he ran for governor, he sold his interest to the Celtics to a guy named Harry Magarin, which was done also because Red Auerbach couldn't stand Brown and would threaten to go take over the Knicks.
Wait, it was wow. Couldn't stand him, huh? You think he's some kind of moron?
Yeah. So, just memories now. Just memories of what things used to be like.
When we actually had fucking freedom.
What's that?
When we had fucking freedom.
Well, we'll get it back, Tank. We'll get it back. No matter of more weight.
Gone forever.
Well, it seems like forever, yeah.
At least another month. At least another 2 months.
I wouldn't say that long. That's not crazy here.
Oh, no?
I don't know. It's going to take a month. Could be 2. This could be
2 weeks.
Percy says you have an opportunity to reset our society, and we should shut down sports permanently. Currency. Wing. E-A-E-S-P-N. Everything is MSNBC. Burn, baby, burn. Yeah. Freedom is gone now. Burn, baby, burn. Burn is down. He once had it down, but now he shouldn't have anything.
Burn, baby, burn.
Disco Inferno.
Burn, baby, burn.
Burn, baby, burn.
Who is that?
The conscience now.
Casey and the Sunshine Band?
We need is our labor. Work 90 hours a week. And we get home, we get nothing but vegan. Because that's all we're allowed to eat.
Well, I guess
it's gonna be burning. And meanwhile, Hollywood. Gold, 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 gold. It's raining gold now. Gold, gold, diamonds and gold, diamonds and gold.
What's he doing?
I am glad that we're doing this. It's important that we have liberal leadership. But we get everything free because we're better than you and you're our peasants. Barbara Streisand. Peasants. Peasants who need peasants are the luckiest peasants in the world. I don't think anyone should have air conditioning. But my wardrobe needs air conditioning.
Except for that room, because it's in the sun, you know.
You know, she actually said that people should wash clothes by hand. They should ban air conditioners and washers and dryers and let everyone wash clothes by hand. Yet she has
washing anything by hand is
the air conditioning warehouse for all her wardrobe.
Really?
And then she says, well, of course, I need it. I'm important. So this is the person who says that nobody should have private property, but it has a private beach. And God forbid you even think about going on her beach.
Wow, look at her.
I think she needs my Jello pudding pop.
That one's built. Wow.
She doesn't have any legs, though.
We were watching something about the Olympics, like I guess they're thinking they're going to still do the Olympics.
No, they're not.
No?
They already got canceled.
2021.
Is it all canceled?
For
2021
July, anyway, yeah. So they're pushing it off another year.
Oh, God.
They're why? Oh, Japan's going to lose all this money. Like, what are you going to lose, dude? You going to put it off another fucking year? Big fucking deal.
They just delay
nothing.
it. It gets delayed for a while.
Talk to me about your losses.
All right, well, I got to run to the men's room here.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
Nature is calling. So,
I
Eric,
think we have Brian here.
did we get Brian back?
Yeah.
Oh, Brian.
Yeah, I'll try this again.
I'm sorry about that. We missed you there.
Well, no, it's not you. We're just having trouble with the. It keeps shuffling between you and Tank.
Yeah.
Tell what?
Wow. Well, she's built. We're watching a Paralympic athlete training, and this woman,
Chab Dog is getting turned on.
This woman is in shape.
Well, from the
waist up.
She's not-
I know,
there's nothing
but you gotta really admire somebody that can do that. And, I mean, that's what a situation. She's making the best of that situation.
True.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
we
talked. Remember,
volleyball players before that.
We talked to the woman that's blind. Remember, she was a rower.
Yeah, the blind rower.
Yeah,
she's pretty cool.
People were interested in that story. And she set some record for traversing the Grand Canyon.
Uh-huh.
So, you just got on, is that right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yep.
We had, I know.
Yeah, but for the other calls just kind of went blank, and it was like it was on silent hold.
Yeah. So
okay, it looks like we lost Tank.
We were doing some. We played some Grand Prix. Do you ever listen to Jackie Stewart doing the Grand Prix races?
Oh yeah. I remember Jackie Stewart. Yeah, I've been listening to the show. So.
Yeah, that was. I just enjoyed that. I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. It's kind of part of my, subconscious, because I'm not a big race car guy at all. But I remember in my childhood watching some of that, listening to him. He does a very good job. It's like that's what I associate with Grand Prix racing is Jackie Stewart.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
Her voice.
Yeah, I think I followed the late '60s, early '70s. It was part of. I was kind of watching everything.
Mm-hmm. That's when he was good.
Interest.
He was really good in the late '60s and early '70s. Yeah.
Oh, here I got something for you, Brian.
Oh, what do you got?
Go ahead.
What you're about to see is the world's most revolutionary telephone switching invention. We call it Super Switcher. It has almost no moving parts, yet handles 4 times more calls than its predecessor. It required an investment of $400 million, but should ultimately save $1 billion a year. And soon, every major American area will have one. Looks dull, eh?
Well, imagine that each of these cars is a long-distance call. This new invention can handle over 500,000 an hour. That's 5 days traffic on a busy Los Angeles freeway. Super Switcher.
It should go a long distance to prevent traffic jams on your long-distance calls.
The Bell System. People using technology to help keep down costs and improve service. Keeping your phone system the best in the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super Switcher. Yeah, that's actually what took the place of the operators ultimately.
I guess so.
Imagine that.
We should one of these days. I want to hear Brian's at work on the switchboard.
Oh,
a smooth operator. Did you ever
Remember
when
your
you were,
script?
I guess when you were doing your operator stuff, did you ever run into situations where you started talking to the person as on a less than professional level? Like just, anything, like laughing at something they said or having any kind of interchange with them beyond the strict.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it wasn't. Well, what I did was there was a stretch about almost a year, I think, and I worked the graveyard shift. And needless to say, it was pretty slow, pretty dead.
Mm-hmm.
And there'd be a lot of times where we'd have a lot of conversations with folks calling in. A lot of times there'd be people out there, but I guess they didn't have anybody to talk to. They call the 411 there and just start rapping with you.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like it is kind of like
got invited to parties and a lot of date opportunities there.
Are you kidding? That's cool. That's really interesting, you know. I guess that job puts you in touch with a lot of people, and every once in a while you meet somebody that you kind of connect with, you know. And
yeah,
it happens a little sometimes when I call credit card companies, because I have a few credit cards, and sometimes you talk to somebody that you actually connect with in some weird way, you know. And that's always nice if you can get something out of the conversation beyond the strict. Assuming you have the time, it makes you feel better, I think.
Yeah, I did that a lot when I was doing customer service for Verizon for about 10 years, 11 years.
Yeah.
Back in early 2000s, the cell phone company. And, a lot of that happens sometimes, you know, just start clicking with somebody and start having a conversation. So supervisor pops up and, hey.
Yeah, I talk to people a lot, too. My job, it's kind of like being an operator because I make a lot of phone calls on for these clients where we run a debt resolution program. And so, I talk to a lot of clients and then I start to get to know them, you know, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's just nice to, you know, you talk to a lot of different people from all over the country and all that. I always thought it was, one thing I found over the years was there was a lot of folks down south, especially south part of the country, that were just some of the nicest, coolest, fun people that would call out of there. You know, people that would, just like apologize for not paying their bill. You know, and they'd be nice and sweet about it.
I noticed when I listen to messages for people in the South, I get a message that says something like, "And have a blessed day."
Yep.
Have a blessed day. Nobody around here says that.
Blessed day, oh boy.
Well, all right. We're gonna go to a break, and then we'll have you. Can you stick around for the second hour? And we got a bunch of other clips that we can play and stuff.
Yeah, I think I have an address. Phone's gonna work better.
Pretty fertile. We have a pretty fertile library here, and a lot of stuff we can talk about. Okay.
Yeah, you can hang out here. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go to a break.
We hope it will be convenient for you to try your call later.
Yeah, please try and call later now.
21233. Your call cannot be completed. You have dialed an unauthorized location.
All right.
I'm sorry, the number you have reached is not in service at this time. If you need assistance, please hang up and dial your operator. This is a recording.
All right, I'll stop
What
torturing
you're
you.
about to see is the world's most revolutionary telephone switching invention. We call.
We already heard that. All right, that means we got to hit our
fall line
commercial. All right, taking a break here on the Chab Dog Sports Dog Radio Show. One of these days we'll get the new one in.
Yo, the summertime is winding down, so it's time to go ahead and get that fall wardrobe together. Check out the new fall line from Defy Life Gear. It's got all new designs, jackets, socks, and you gotta check out the brand new alternate logo. We also got sweatshirts for all the podcast gear you love so much. So go ahead and visit www.defylifegear.com. That's www.defylifegear.com to get your gear today. And remember, Defy Life, lifestyle, defiant. It's defylifegear.com.
The law offices of Brandon S. Chabner, serving clients in Southern California with transactional legal services since 2007. We handle general corporate, outside counsel type work, drafting and negotiating a wide variety of business and commercial contracts, including non-disclosure agreements, independent contractor agreements, and employment agreements. Our experience includes working with public and private companies and involves a broad range of industries, including healthcare, consumer products, real estate, and high technology. Mr. Chabner has over 20 years of legal experience, having worked for some larger national firms and serving as general counsel for a multi-million-dollar private company here in Southern California before starting his own legal practice. His educational credentials include a law degree from UCLA, where he was on law review, undergraduate degree at Yale, where he graduated magna cum laude, and an MBA from Harvard Business School. Other areas of focus for Chabner Law include press release and business plan editing, pre-litigation matters, and debt and mortgage resolution work. You can contact us at 310-698-0740 and at bchabner@chabnerlaw.com.
Like Chab Dog said, he was 100% right.
He can take all comers.
Right to the border bar overseers about you today, fella. You're on your way out. They should have kicked you out in that Lillibridge case. Now, this is it today.
I'm an attorney on trial before the bar representing my client. My client. You open your mouth, you're losing my case for me.
Now, listen to me, fella.
No, you listen to me. All I want on this trial was a fair shake. Okay? Push me into court 5 days early. I lose my star witness, and I can't get a continuance, and I don't care. I'm going up there, I'm going to try it, I'm going to let the jury decide. You know, they told me about you. Said you're a hard ass, you're a defendant's judge. No, I don't care. I said to hell with it, to hell with it.
Look, Galvin, many years ago.
Come on. Hey, don't give me that shit about you being a lawyer, too. I know about you. You couldn't hack it as a lawyer. You were a bag man for the boys downtown, and you still are. I know about you.
Are you done?
You're damn right I'm done. I'm going to ask for a mistrial. I'm going to request that you disqualify yourself from sitting on this case. I'm going to take a transcript of the trial to the Judicial Conduct Board and ask that they impeach your ass.
You aren't going to get a mistrial, boy. We're going back there this afternoon, and we're going to try this case to the end. Now, you get out of here before I call a bailiff and have you thrown in jail.
What does it mean? I mean, how about the tactics?
Oh, yeah. They present their case, and then I get a chance, and we just cross-examine.
Are we gonna win? I mean, you how about the tactics, though?
Yeah.
His name is Frank Galvin. 4 cases in the last 3 years. He's lost them all. He drinks. This man's scared to death to go to court.
Frankie, listen to me, because I'm done with you. I got you a good case. It's a moneymaker.
The Archdiocese called up because the case is coming to trial.
This is our chance to get away.
I'm going to see that you get that chance. Court exists to give him a chance at justice.
And is that what you're going to do?
Maybe I can do something right.
It's a generous offer, Mr. Galvin.
I just heard someone offer you $200,000.
When I walk out that door, the offer is withdrawn.
What are you, nuts?
I can win it. I can win this case.
What are you going to do?
I need your help.
To do what?
They killed her. They're trying to buy it.
I said to you, know what you did?
Easy, take it easy.
Okay. And I gotta find out from the other side that they offered $200,000.
I can subpoena you, you know.
Well, maybe you just better do that then.
I had a witness disappear on me, Your Honor. You should have taken their offer. I have no sympathy for you. We're gonna lose.
Listen, the damn case doesn't start before tomorrow, and already it's over for you.
It is over.
I can't invest in failure, Frank, anymore.
Push me into court 5 days early. I lose my star witness, and I can't get a continuance, and I don't care. I'm going up there, I'm going to try it, I'm going to let the jury decide.
All rise.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, all persons having anything to do before the Honorable, the Justices of the Superior Court, now sitting at Boston, within and for the county of Suffolk, draw near, give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
All right, we're back. So we're listening to a little action from The Verdict, one of the better movies I thought Paul Newman did. He did quite a few good movies, but I remember this movie pretty vividly. So.
Yeah, I'd never seen The Verdict. I just from looking at those two clips there,
no, it was
listening to them, I am very interested in seeing it now.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's just a lot of interest, a lot of good acting, a pretty interesting plot.
Is it what inspired you to become a lawyer?
Yeah, right. No.
Did any
Not
movie,
exactly.
Did any movie inspire you?
To be a lawyer?
Sure.
Probably a few of the political ones, like
12 Dirty Men? 12 Angry Men.
No, I'm just trying to think of, I like that.
Dr. Strangelove?
The movies about Kennedy and
PT 109.
Who were the other politicians I admired? Theodore Roosevelt.
Ooh,
but actually, he wasn't a lawyer. I don't know. I just thought being a lawyer was challenging and stimulating for my brain, and it was a good fit with my college education.
Oh,
and
but so no movie take. I'm just saying there's a movie adaptation here.
Not really.
See something like somebody might look. You remember the book The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand?
Yeah, I didn't. I don't.
An architect.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of architects who'll say, you can see that they sort of walked in that path. They read that book and they became an architect because they just felt in line with that whole idea of individualism and.
Yeah, no, I can't point
capitalism.
to anything really. Yeah, but I just remember seeing that movie in high school and maybe not appreciating it as much as I did later when I watched it again and again. So we had that clip. What other clips do we have? It was just those two.
Just those two, and then our normal our fall commercial.
Yeah, you like Paul Newman, Brian? Is Brian on?
Yeah, he's on. He's probably stepped away from his phone.
Oh, okay. So we're watching hockey right now. A replay of United States Canada.
They're women.
Sorry, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, Paul Newman's cool. I was
watching.
just going to mention that I'm really enjoying Better Call Saul.
You're what?
Better Call Saul. Yeah.
Oh, is that on? Huh.
Well, it's in its final season, right?
Yeah, it's on Monday nights. I've been watching that since they started up. Yeah.
Oh wow! So they're, but as I understand, right now it's coming up pretty close to the timeline, or is it already in the timeline of Breaking Bad?
They're getting close. I guess they're going to do one more season to close it out.
Oh, is that what happens? It runs into the other one in terms of chronology of events, or
they
something?
Made it it's a prequel that came after.
That's weird. I can't even get my brain around that.
Well, that was so cool about the series. It was always messing with your sense of time, anyway. If you saw,
I didn't
Breaking
get
Bad.
it. Yeah, I like Breaking Bad.
Okay,
but I didn't get into the Saul thing. It just, for whatever reason,
It's just interesting to see that guy's characters. He's just outrageous.
Yeah, speaking of lawyers.
Yeah. He wasn't
outrageous.
I
Speaking
didn't
about
remember
lawyers,
him
this
being
is in the context of lawyers,
shady, outrageous lawyer.
Well, that's one way to look at it. He's certainly creative and logical and consistent, like all lawyers are too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is that what you think?
Well, any good lawyer, anyway. Bad lawyers are inconsistent.
It is a little like chess in trying to plan things out for people, and I like that. But a lot of it's about immediate problems, and right now people are having a lot of immediate problems, things that you can't even plan properly because you're just trying to survive.
Oh yeah.
I was depressed to find out I'm not even getting a stimulus check, whatever the hell the thing is. You know, if you don't but you know, it's still hurting me what's going on here.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
But I know that the goal is to get the economy going.
You can also skip a mortgage payment too if you want.
But then you have to catch up.
That's true. Yeah,
I don't like to catch up like that.
You get forbearance.
You
don't get forgiveness.
You get a false sense of security. You know.
Yeah, it sends a push.
Yeah, they can let me pass on my rent, I guess. But
I mean, if it was as simple as adding another year to your debt, that wouldn't be so bad. So is that basically what happens? You just add a year to your debt?
Yeah, whatever the time of, or whatever, however many months or however long the, you wouldn't call it a default in this case, but it's just you'll have forbearance for that time period. And just
I mean, I wouldn't want to do anything that would have them calling my house and shit and bothering me psychologically, bothering my wife. You know, so
maybe you do.
No, I don't.
Really?
Believe me.
You don't want them psychologically?
Believe me. I can't even.
You'd rather do it yourself, right?
Now I'm not even now, after my latest conversation we had, I'm not even allowed to go to a fast food joint right now because she thinks it's dangerous.
Well, she has a point. Well, the people who work in the register back there,
I know. How dangerous do you think it is?
Well, they're not legal. So how many illegal viruses they carry?
So what was going on this morning? You should have just turned.
I'm okay. I'm immune. I got no problem with this stuff.
What do you mean you're immune?
I'm immune to everything. I'm the immunity man.
You sound like you're Mark's. Well, who is that? There's some other guy I know that was saying, "I'm not meant to get an STD. It's just not going to happen to me."
Hey, dude, I ain't talking like that. I'm just saying. It's just
what are you saying?
Well, not STDs. Just when it comes to diseases and stuff like that, they generally don't afflict me. Generally,
you're trying to fuck with our minds.
No, but there's other people out there like us.
You're Mr. Immune.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
for the most part, I know guys even more immune than me.
Yeah, and then having to negotiate when you go to Ralph's and stuff. It's getting to be a real hassle.
You're negotiating to get into Ralph's, eh?
Well,
you didn't.
She doesn't want me to go to the store that much, so you know.
Oh,
I
that's
have
right.
to have a pretty
from your
good
wife's
reason.
Point of view, yeah. So she had you under lock and key, under control.
Last night I needed a couple of antacid pills, and I was thinking about going, and she talked me out of it because she said it's just not. You know, you don't want to go over there if you don't really need to go over there to get something. So
you eat baking soda.
I made do.
A teaspoon of baking soda. You ever tried that?
No.
Baking soda.
Oh.
Yeah, no kidding. It works. Really, it works. It's actually better than Rollins.
Brian, are you married?
Yes.
Okay. So you know what I'm talking about. I mean, living with somebody right now presents special challenges.
Yeah, well, my wife right now is, well, I don't want to get into some sad story, but she had an aneurysm 2-3 years ago, and gave her a stroke.
Oh my God!
She's not very well. She doesn't have a lot of physical activity, and
so she's basically in bed. She's not moving around.
Not much, not without help. But on the plus side of this, that's my job. I signed up for what they call the in-home support services, so I'm her caregiver.
So you're a caregiver. Oh, I see. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I get paid full-time. It's just like having a full-time job each and every month. About $13 an hour. So,
but it is a full-time job. I mean, that's the truth, right?
Yeah,
so I gotta, I'm working home, so
yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I know a few other people that are doing that, and you don't. Do you have to get a special license for that? You don't have to get any kind of license, right? I think you're doing.
No. You just have to go to some kind of seminar for about 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
and mostly the focus is on how to submit your timesheets correctly.
Oh, okay.
Do you get paid by the
pretty much-
who do you get? Well, who do you get paid by? Who's your employer?
Insurance company?
I actually I'm employed by the county of Riverside here in California.
Oh.
And my pay, though, actually comes from the state of California.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the person's not paying you; the state is.
Technically, she pays me, though. Technically, she's my employer. When they look when I got the taxes, my employer is Regina Keller.
Okay.
My wife. So, because she could be free to hire anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. So the
Are you
administrating-
precluded from? Could you have other clients that you service at the same time?
I could, but I don't. I could, but I don't. No.
Is it like potentially unlimited? I mean, subject to what you can physically do.
Yeah, imagine there's an hour situation. I can't have. They already give me 163 hours a month to take care of her.
Right.
So I would have to deduct from her hours, and get paid by the other person. So.
Oh, okay.
But there are many out there that do multiple clients. Obviously,
Yeah. Okay. Well, now we're watching some basketball. What are we watching here?
The 85
the
National
85.
Championship.
Oh, this was a great
Villanova,
game.
Georgetown.
Now, you know what I remember about this game?
What?
This was on April Fool's Day.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this was April 1st. We're watching Georgetown and Villanova playing in the finals in '85. You remember this?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, what a great game this was!
Was Len Tobias out there?
Who's that big guy for Villanova? Villanova's got this big, tall guy. He's
he's the only one on the field.
That guy,
that
guy
guy
right there. Presley, is that
wow.
Presley? I don't know. It's
he's tall.
Somebody.
That's Ewing, man.
Well, Ewing is playing for the.
No, that was Ewing. I just saw him. That's him. That was
yeah.
That was him. That big tree you're referring to.
No, I was referring to the Villanova guy.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
That's Ewing.
Eddie Pinckney. I'm not sure.
Wow.
These are the classic Hoyas. The bad boy Hoyas.
Yeah.
Pinckney. It's Eddie Pinckney. What were you doing? Were you weren't in college when this was going on, right? You were in a little older than that.
Brian, you're talking.
Yeah, Brian.
1985, Brian?
Oh, 85? No, I was well out of school. That was that was the year I got married, actually.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So, 1985, like 10 years out of high school. Yeah.
I was in college doing a psychology project, up all night doing that project. And so I remember I seeing highlights of this. I didn't see it while it was happening, and or maybe I saw bits and pieces. But I always regretted not being able to watch the whole game. It was such a good game. The second half, I mean, Villanova could not miss, and Georgetown was not letting them run away. It was just a very well played game. And this,
I would just see the highlights on the news or sports, and I was heavy into reading at the time. I was one of those people that would grab the sports page first and read it front to back every day.
Yeah, this is.
Now we're watching the end of the first
right
half.
now, yeah.
Gary McLean with the ball. Gary McLean was a real character. He wrote a Sports Illustrated did an article with him after the fact, and he was talking about how drugged up he was. He was on cocaine. He goes into graphic detail.
Oh wow!
There was he played a Final Four game against who was it? I think it was Kentucky, and he was talking about how he was trash talking with a guy and from Kentucky, and he was just out of his head apparently. But
really, he's high on coke.
But he was really up for the game.
Trash talk and high on coke.
Up for the game.
Some fellow from Kentucky, the nerve of him. Huh. I'm sure he was the only player ever to have done cocaine, right? Before or since?
Yeah, right.
That's good.
Unfortunately, Len Bias had a problem with that, too.
Yeah, Len Bias.
Yeah.
Oh, almost a fight.
Foul, though.
The Hoyas being dirty.
Dirty.
Imagine that.
Dirty Hoya.
Rolly was pretty upset.
Yeah, John Thompson could take him.
Coach Mass.
There's Coach Thompson.
Didn't look that bad. It was like a little elbow. It's like I should just.
It was a two-hand shove.
Toughen up. Look how pumped up he is.
Yeah, he's using it for fuel. There he is. Says, hey, you want a piece of me?
Let's see the elbow. The big white guy gets it.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucked.
Yeah, it was two.
That was terrible. That was you know what that was?
Face.
That was Reggie Williams.
34, yeah.
Reggie Williams.
Uh-huh.
Who was a pretty good player. He didn't have to do that.
29-28 at half.
Total cheap shot there. Anyway.
Well, speaking of cheap shots, here's I want to play this Gang in New York clip. It's
okay. You like a little violence? We're going to get the show into the violence mode here. Nice mustache. Look at his eyes. Who directed this? Somebody famous directed this, right?
Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah. A little-known director.
That's why it was good.
Part of it.
This movie costs a lot to do, too. It's very expensive.
Yeah, look at the set.
Is this it, priest? The Pope's new army? A few
in LA,
crusty bitches and a handful of ragtags?
I know, Bill. You swore this was a battle between warriors, not a bunch of Miss Nancys. So warriors is what I brought.
A bunch of Miss Nancys.
The O'Connell Guard, the Plug-Uglies, the Shirt-Tails. The Chichesters.
Quite a convention.
The 40 Thieves.
Wow. Drugs.
Bene. And my challenge! By the ancient laws of combat, we are met at this chosen ground to settle for good and all who holds sway over the 5 points. Us natives, born rightwise to this fine land, or the foreign hordes defiling it.
By the ancient laws of combat, I accept the challenge of the so-called natives. You plague our people at every turn. But from this day out, you shall plague us no more. For let it be known that the hand that tries to strike us from this land shall be swiftly cut down.
Then may the Christian Lord guide my hand against your Roman popery.
Prepare to receive the true Lord.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Imagine being involved in that. That made the battle in Antietam look like a walk in the park.
Lose an arm for the rest of my life, which is probably only another.
That was in the 1840s, I think, 1850s, before the Civil War.
Yeah, I guess that's what that would have been set then.
Yes,
that's right.
Remember
Pre-war.
the Know Nothing Party, and all the nativist sentiment in the during that period of time. There was an actual political party called the Know Nothings, and I think one of its platforms was anti-immigration.
Yeah,
the foreign hordes of the Irish were coming.
Oh yeah. The Asians were just barred. There was no immigration from China. It was
right. Well,
barred.
They didn't start coming until later with the railroads being built,
and only a limited number of that.
Yeah, you have any Irish blood in you, Brian?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't believe so.
Have you done the genealogy test?
No, I've never done one of those. I have a an aunt of mine, oh gosh, about 30 years ago or so, before they even did all this, did heavy family history research and published, it's basically German and some...
yeah, German. I would say German.
German and some English. German and English roots, I guess.
Yeah, so you're an Anglo-Saxon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an Anglo-Saxon.
You're
Yeah,
wise.
they all migrated
House of Battenberg.
farm country in Iowa.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good stock. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Dog, you ever have your jeans traced?
my jeans are cleaned every 2 weeks, but in terms of tracing, no, I just know that we have mostly Eastern European Ashkenazi Jewish blood.
Ashkenazi, okay. It's not
but my
just
dad,
Sephardic
my dad
Ashkenazi.
claims that there's partly there's some Sephardic in there.
Okay, so there we go.
And every time I fart, I'm reminded of that.
So is that like an inside joke?
My mother's side had Welsh, I guess. Is it Welsh?
Welsh?
Yeah, the miners, coal miners.
Off on the left of the continent of the island is Wales, right?
Yeah, Wales, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. They have a lot of coal there.
They did, anyway.
Yeah, but maybe is that referring to the Welsh in the United States that were mining? That's probably what it is.
Oh well, those are the Welsh that emigrated. They came here and mined too.
They did a lot of that.
Sure, they went to the hills of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I saw one or two movies about Welsh people, and it seemed like they used the same actor.
Yeah, now that you mention it, my mom's father, my grandfather, he worked at mining. I don't think he was digging, but worked at mines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was more on the equipment side of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they and the Irish, a lot of Irish landed in Montana, where I used to do some mining. They were there a century or two before, in large numbers.
And of course, they were heavily concentrated in Pennsylvania, in the Appalachian.
There too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of coal mining there for the steel towns.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So,
sports. Yeah.
We're watching this replay and of that game, and
daydreaming
a
about
lot of. I noticed all the fast food commercials on. They're really playing into our needs right now. So, like I told Eric, I'm not eating out anymore. No more fast food.
You
Nothing.
can't go get your wife. What is it? So she feed you just plain white pasta.
I'm gonna come home and eat lunch. So
You
that's fine.
Yeah, well, let's talk about this cut of meat.
Oh, this meat. That was a great cut of meat.
Yeah, all of it's.
Didn't you think it looked like a laughing cow or something weird? I saw a smile there.
I don't think so at all.
We hope it will be convenient for you to try your call later. This is a recording.
Brian, did you? I know you saw my post on the cow head, right?
You thought it looked like a cow head, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. The laughing cow.
Didn't really get it, but
you didn't. I just looked
like
at
a
it.
piece
That's
of
what I
meat to me.
thought.
It looked like a piece of meat.
So was it a good piece of meat?
It was a great piece of meat. Oh my goodness!
It must have fed you for a while. Just
2 days.
one night?
2 days.
2 days. Wow.
2 very large.
It's
beef
very
meals.
satisfying to eat a good steak.
It sure was.
I haven't done it in a long time.
No more grass fed for me. It was that was a good.
So it was tender. And how did you cook it? Medium rare or medium?
Oh, medium to medium rare.
You like it with a fair amount of blood in it.
Well, but let's go more medium. Yeah, more medium.
I like it medium well.
For that kind of cut, it's better more medium than medium. Yeah, the rare.
It just bothers my
It's a little too
stomach. I
much.
can't eat anything that's even slightly undercooked. If it's meat.
Yeah, it was the tip, so it had nice. Had
but
some nice.
it sounds like it was very
place.
juicy.
Well, the cut I was able to choose had some very nice marbling.
Did it have any fat? To
Oh
go
yeah,
with
it was
it?
beautifully marbled. It was great.
Oh.
And it cooked it slow enough that.
And
got
what
some
was
of
the
that.
technical what was it called? Prime rib or what?
It was a tri-tip steak.
A tri-tip.
Tri-tip, yeah, those are great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I put the frying pan into the oven, into a 500-degree oven.
Do you put anything on this steak besides salt and pepper? What do you put on it?
Actually, I put olive oil, a good
in the
thick
pan?
coating of olive oil in the pan, and got it up to about 500 degrees. And I pulled it out and had a burner already going full speed. And then I put that on the burner, and then threw the steak on that, and just like sizzled the sides of it. You know, all like a few minutes on each side to burn the fat and the olive oil into the coating.
Sorry, I wasn't here.
And while I was doing that, I had already turned the oven down to about 300. And then put the steak back in there for, it was like maybe 5 or 6 minutes aside. Just did a flip in between, and then bang, it was done.
This is a process.
Yeah.
This is.
And it was an olive oil, salty olive oil. It was yummy.
Yeah, you got to know what you're doing here.
But you should have seen, when I just cleaned up yesterday, the splatter from the oil off the pan was just all over the place.
It was legendary.
All up the side of the fret. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. See, I couldn't. If I tried something like that in my house,
my floor was like
I'd get an earful. It's already bad enough when I'm in the kitchen for too long. So.
So there's a stopwatch on you when you're in the kitchen?
Pretty much, yeah.
Jeez.
I cannot get in the way. If I get in the way, it's problematic. Well, it's very complicated in my house in the morning because my son's in the kitchen doing his school stuff, online.
Well, you can't disturb that.
And that's he needs absolute quiet, just like he got that from my wife. So if I make any noise down there, it's very bad. It's unpleasant. What's this?
We're sorry.
Oh.
Any second now.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or
is no longer in service.
If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and
dial
again. 919-836. We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected.
They ever use your voice on any of that stuff?
My voice?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not me. They would hire, those were professional voice-over people that they would actually hire.
They would hire pros. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't have
a certain level of clarity.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to be a pro to actually do the work day to day. I mean, you have to do it in a professional way, but you don't have to have a professional voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Touch someone. Reach out, and just say hi. Reach out, and touch someone.
Wherever you are, you're never too far.
Can we play some jingles? Can you get the old Citizens Bank commercial?
Reach out and touch someone far away. Give them a call.
Can you play that? Find that? Say Citizens Bank of Maryland. See what pulls up there. All right. This was a good jingle I remember from my childhood. We're going to go back to some jingles. See if you can find that. You grew up in California, Brian?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Yeah. So you had different memories of like local commercials when you were a kid that you liked. So this one is good. This one, Citizens Bank Maryland jingle.
Daytime, nighttime, Saturday too, we open our doors. Citizens Bank of Maryland,
conveniently yours.
That's clever.
Isn't that good?
One that always stuck in my mind for some reason was, I don't know if you Southern California too, but was Dial Chevrolet. It used to go like 1-877-101 Dial Chevrolet.
Don't know it.
It was back in the. For some reason, that jingle is brain sticker.
Yeah, but we can find almost anything here. Yeah. Why don't you play the first one?
Well, these are TV.
Or you won't get a lemon at Toyota of Orange.
Yeah, well, I've heard that one forever. You won't get a lemon.
That's still going, I think.
At Toyota of Orange.
Hi, I'm Madeline for Dial Chevrolet, the Dial Slices Prices girl, and here's Harlan.
Well, thank you, Slices Prices girl.
Listen, folks, Proof Positive Dial Chevrolet is the best values you're going to find anywhere. 78 Surfer Van, $39.88. With carpeting, paneling, portholes, mag wheels, pretty tires, pretty paint. Or we have this loaded 79 3/4-ton pickup. And at terms you can afford. $488 down, $118.66 per month.
I'm Chevrolet.
Play, see if you can do Marlowe Furniture. Can you find that? Marlowe Furniture jingle. This is good. Marlowe Furniture. Yeah. No, jingle. Let's see.
No.
Nothing.
No. No.
Oh well.
Got a dead end there.
No. Nah. So oh, the other thing we were going to
I say, this must be Frankie and Johnny at St. Claude and Franklin, home of the easiest credit men in town.
Newlyweds? Bankrupt on Social Security? When the others say no, we say yes.
Let them have it with no problem.
Man, I've been everywhere. Everywhere I go, they say no credit, no deal. I need some credit now.
You come to the right store, baby. See the special man. Let them have it.
Yeah, you're right.
I say. Who say I say? Frankie say I say. When all the other stores says no, Frankie says yes. See the special man.
Nice
Let them
ride.
have it with no problem. Come see Frankie and Johnny, the easiest credit store in town. And we've got 30 years of making your
Free chicken, too.
credit good.
I got the credit!
I say, when you buy from me, you get chicken box free.
Right now, Frankie and Johnny's is going to let you have a free 10 or 5-piece chicken box.
Chicken box.
Tastes like mama.
It's for real. Jeez.
I got the credit!
I don't know how you found that. I really don't.
This came up totally randomly. That was awesome. Wow.
Oh yeah, we were going to talk about nicknames, baseball nicknames.
Nicknames.
Oh, yeah.
Brian was okay. Well, here's another one. Okay, this guy, what did he do that was famous? He had a big average. He was a left-handed hitter, and he had lefty in his name. Do you remember any left-handed hitters, big lefties that had that were called lefty?
Lefty O'Doul.
That's it, Lefty O'Doul. What did he do though? He hit like some.
He was one of the ones that hit 400.
He hit 400. He was a 400 guy. Yeah. Yeah, he had
I think he has the highest average.
He has a very high batting average, career average. I think it's 349. So he was up there because
the 1800s, I believe he hit some godly 448 or some crap like that.
You'd have to look it up, but yeah, the highest was Hugh Duffy, I think.
Duffy, okay,
Duffy.
All right, I got him mixed up.
But
he was in there too. Yeah.
Okay, and then there were two pitchers, two Hall of Fame pitchers that were called lefty. Actually,
Lefty Grove, I know
three. Yeah, Lefty Grove.
Lefty Gomez in the Hall?
Lefty Gomez, I think. But you know what? I could be wrong. Maybe he's not in the Hall of Fame. He was I think he was, but somebody would have to look that up, and I'm not looking it up right now.
Well, because we don't have the sports encyclopedia.
Yeah,
Tank,
I know. Tank could say one way or the other for sure. I would say probably he's in. The other one was Steve Carlton, because they called him lefty.
You've got a good memory.
Oh,
I've never
okay.
guessed these three.
Here's one for you. Let's see.
I got one more.
Louisiana Lightning.
Oh, Louisiana Lightning was Ron Guidry.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
No, the other...
Black Mike.
Black Mike was Mickey Cochran.
Yep, you're good.
Oh.
He was the catcher for the A's. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, I'll give you another one. This is called Stumpy. Your Stump the other guy. But that's a real fun game. Nobody's asked me about Mickey Cochran in a long time. For the A's, catcher.
Yeah, he might have the highest batting average of a catcher career-wise. Maybe.
Yeah, because he was over 300, right?
Yeah, I think it was around 320 or something.
328. I would, if I had to put my life on it, I'd say 328, and that was pretty damn high for a catcher. Can you believe a catcher hit that
328
for his career?
You know, but then you think you're a catcher, and what are you doing? You're sitting back there watching pitch after pitch after pitch.
I know. You'd be able to read the pitchers well.
I would have to think that over time you should be a good hitter. You should be the best hitter.
The problem is that
you get to watch all the action.
The problem is they break down so much doing what they're doing.
Okay.
That being a good hitter and running to first and that doesn't happen.
Yeah, Lefty Gomez is a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
He won 2 Triple Crowns.
He won 2 what?
Triple Crowns.
Wow, Kentucky
Pitching
Derby.
Triple Crowns.
No, what does he mean? He couldn't have won.
He won the Kentucky Derby, man.
If he was a pitcher, he did not win the Triple Crown.
He won the Preakness.
Oh, they got the pitching Triple Crown.
The pitching triple of what? ERA wins and
ERA wins and strikeouts.
Yeah, see, that's good. I didn't know that. That's his 1-loss percentage was not nearly as good as Lefty Grove, though.
Oh, no. Lefty Grove was incredible.
Lefty Grove had a great ERA, too.
Yeah, let's see. Gomez did 189 and 102, 649. Not bad.
Yeah.
3.34 ERA is a little high.
How many total wins did Lefty Gomez have? Did he have 300?
What's that?
How many total wins did Lefty Gomez have?
Oh, he only had 189.
He only had 189 wins?
Yep.
Wow, that's not very many, and he got in.
It's not racist at all, no.
He was,
not at all.
It was like a similar situation to the other left-hander that got in, has Lefty in his name, which you guys haven't named, or his nickname was the Left Hand of God. And that was Sandy Koufax.
It comes from China.
And Sandy Koufax was only...
I love Sandy Koufax.
I think he didn't have 200 wins either.
No, and the career-wise, the wins weren't much, but those last 5 years were just
I know.
Charts.
Koufax had the best 5 years of anybody in history, I think, as a pitcher. And that's what it took. Just incredibly good years when he was active, and he could still get in it, playing only about 8 years.
Yeah, he was only 30, and he blew his arm out.
Yeah. I just remember watching him against the Twins and some of that footage in the World Series in 1965. He was so dominant. He just overpowered everybody, and he had a great curveball.
I got Mickey Cochran. 320.
320. Okay, so it's a little high there. But that's still really good. Other left...
Two-time MVP and a Hall of Famer, of course.
Yeah. Okay, well, here's one that you should know. His nickname was Ducky.
Medwick?
Yeah, Joe Medwick.
Yeah, Medwick. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good name from the 1930s.
They had good names back in those days.
Yeah.
The early years.
And then Double X. Double X, you remember him?
I think that was one you discussed before.
Yeah, and I think I may have talked to you about it on the Facebook. His other nickname was the Beast.
Oh, he's Fox, Jimmy Fox.
Jimmy Fox.
Yeah, and I did check that out. You're talking about Strong. He apparently broke a seat with a home run in Detroit Stadium.
How do you do that?
And they painted the seat a different color in his honor. I guess out of the original Tiger Stadium, I guess.
Uh-huh. He was a monster. from Maryland. He was born in Maryland. I remember that, and he used to work the farm as growing up, and he said that was his weight training, was doing the farm work.
Yeah, a similar story to, he wasn't quite as impressive batting average-wise or anything, but Harmon Killebrew.
Killebrew, yeah.
Killer. Yeah. Was Killer the one that said that he would never lift a weight, or, you know, I remember Fox said something like those kinds of people belong in the circus.
He's the only Hall of Famer that came from Idaho.
Wow.
Oh, Killer?
Killer, yep.
I didn't know he came from Idaho.
What was his home? What town in Idaho? It was some cool name. Real cool. I can't remember the name, but it sounded like an Idaho town.
I can find it.
Harmon.
Yeah, I got the.
I think Stan Burr, who I hope calls back. I have to check in with him.
Yeah.
He's
in quarantine.
I don't know. Well,
Well,
older people are
should be
secluded.
But I mean, the phone's not going to give him a virus as long as he
Well,
else doesn't use it ahead of
It's Harmon Killebrew.
He said he met Harmon Killebrew.
That's right.
Pronounced Payette. Payette.
Oh, Payette, Idaho.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
That
Thank
fits
you.
The description. It's a very Idaho-sounding name.
I gotta find another good one. I gotta stump you.
How about the Fordham Flash?
Oh, that's Frankie Frisch.
There you go.
How could I not know that? Okay, here's one.
You know, sometimes I sit at home, you know, and I watch TV.
The Wild Hoss of the Osage.
Hoss of the Osage?
Yeah, that was his name. He has a long one. That's a little. He played for the Cardinals.
Cops come and got your cat out of the tree.
Hawk.
All your friends died of old
Hawk. Cardinals. Hawk.
Osage.
It wasn't Boyer, was it?
It was Pepper Martin.
Martin.
Yeah, you look that up.
They called somebody else the Hawk.
I think I think I'm right on that one. I'd have to look it up. You could look him up. Nickname for. Other ones. Everybody knows the Yankees, so I can't use those.
Didn't know you were into. You're so OG.
OG? What's that mean? Original gangsta? Well, the other thing we could play is we could play some Reagan Marco Rubio stuff.
Yeah, I like to beat them.
Try to ban the AK, I got 10 of them stashed with a case of hand grenades.
I got 10 of them stashed with a case of hand grenades. That sounds kind of violent. Doesn't that sound violent? What's he trying to prove?
I don't know, it's just that angry music. It's that
dropping
punk,
F-bombs.
That
This
punk
is
music.
1991. Oh, that's right. We had something else. You're right.
Well, we got a few different things. Oh, I got that too.
Yeah, but where did my idea for what we can do with the? We need to bomb something here. Yeah. You're not a big fan of punk music, are you? How about you, Brian? Are you a fan of punk music?
Not really.
Yeah, actually.
Remember this? Forgotten Rebels.
There's a few punk songs I like, but I can't even name them.
I don't want no foreign pricks to take my job away from me. My tax dollars paid their ransom. Would they do the same for me? Now I don't want them in my home. I don't want them by me alone. They're commies, some human subversives, commies. They're human living curses. They got road from my country.
More the style of singing that.
Do you want them in your home? Do you want to find you alone? They're commies, ambulance subversives, commies. They're human living crescents. They got nowhere to go, so let them blow. And I wonder what happened around. They got nowhere to go, so let them drown. Well, let's bomb the boats, feed the fish. Bomb the boats.
This is about bombing boats and feeding fish.
Feed the fish. Bomb the boats and feed their fucking flesh to the fish.
There we go, just in case you didn't get the message. Yeah, we got to bomb something.
We had some vicious stuff going on between Trump and Marco Rubio. Do you want to hear that?
Yeah.
This is going back a few years.
It was still good.
He's always calling me Little Marco. And I'll admit, the guy, he's taller than me. He's like 6'2", which is why I don't understand why his hands are the size of someone who's 5'2". Have you seen his hands? They're like this. And you know what they say about men with small hands? You can't trust them.
He said I had small hands. Actually, I'm 6'3", not 6'2",
I
but he
heard
said
he
I
has
had
a
small hands.
I didn't hear he has a mechanical penis.
I never heard.
Yeah,
I never heard that one before. I've always had people say,
sounds like it's
Donald,
not
you
really
have the
his
most
own.
beautiful hands.
Mechanical.
I don't know
my
what,
hands.
I have
Nobody
no
has
idea
ever
exactly what that
never
means.
heard of this one. Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee
You can guarantee because it's not human.
You and
It's
Donald Trump have
machine.
traded personal insults in recent days, and Trump responding last night to your comments about the size of his hands, and without going any further, this is a morning
Just,
show.
I thought it
You
was
have
funny.
young children. Do you regret where this has gone?
Look, I regret the way the campaign has become, absolutely, because Donald Trump for the last year has made it one of the most vulgar spectacles in American political history.
So when little Marco spews his crap about the size of my hands, which are big, the size of my hands,
He was
those
so
hands
offended
can hit
by
a
that.
golf ball 285 yards, right? Those are good, strong.
Like OJ's hands.
So what do I do? For the rest of my life, I have the curse that I have little hands. Little hands. Take that guy. So.
Yeah, he just knows how to work a camera.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, we're going to have him back in prime time in a few months, so everybody hold your breath. It promises to be a ton of fun as he goes after Joe Biden.
If he
Weekend
builds
at
the wall
Biden's.
the way he built Trump Towers, he'll be using illegal immigrant labor
Oh,
to
poor
do it.
Biden. I just feel sorry for Biden now. I mean,
Is Biden up for this?
He's losing it now.
Is he really up for this?
But here's the guy.
I mean, will he be able to handle Trump on St.
I don't
podium?
That
know.
buys a house for
I'm really
$179,000.
kind
He
of
sells
doubting.
it to a lobbyist who's probably here for $380,000,
here.
and then
He's pointing at the
legislation
audience.
is
Trump
passed.
is an animal.
You tell me about this guy. This is what we're going to
He's
have.
a
The guy that
friggin' animal.
inherited $200 million.
Who's cutting his hair, by
If
the
he
way?
hadn't inherited $200 million, you know
Or
where
is
Donald
it's not
Trump is right
changing, is
now?
it? It's
Selling
just-
watches in Manhattan.
You don't have to cut what is already
I have to say, he
preset.
lies this time. He lied. 100%. 100%.
You lied about the Polish workers.
Yeah.
You lied to the
38
students of Trump
years ago.
University.
38 years ago.
Oh, he lied 38 years ago. All right, I guess there's a statute of limitation on lies.
Turns out there are, actually.
Ted Cruz was trying to get a word in edgewise unsuccessfully.
What a weekly.
So, yeah, you remember that?
The good old days we could have campaigns and debates within 6 feet.
Oh,
of each
yeah.
other.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure this out because we got to have some kind of an audience. Maybe they could have canned laughter or something at these things. That'll be funny. Yeah, so we've got, what time is it? We got
We're hitting the end of the hour.
We are?
We are.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, 10:59, Brian. So if you got anything important you need to say, you need to cut it loose right now. Talk now or forever hold your peace.
Just go to Sports Rock.
Yes, tell
Sports Rock on
something about
Facebook.
Sports Rock. What sends you apart from other groups on Facebook?
What sets it apart?
Yeah. Do you have a lot of different contributors?
Yeah, I got about there's probably about a half a dozen regulars, and about 200 members.
You got, so what would you consider me? Because I do contribute to your blog, but I'm not, I'm sure that you have a lot of longstanding relationships with people that do more, put more on there. But I guess I'm not quite I'm not just a passive group member.
No. You, I like you posting up your stuff there.
You saw the stuff I did on the dogs.
Yeah, I got people that come and go. Sometimes they'll show, everything from horse racing to football and car racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it hits on two passions of people that are very strong: love of sports and love of music. You know?
Yeah, music becomes part of our thing. I'm gonna try to step that up a little bit, but I got.
Yeah, you got to, with the way things have gone with sports really disappearing off the face of the earth. I mean, it's very hard to talk about.
Yeah, I got a guy that posts up birthdays every day.
That's nice.
And the day in sports thing, you know.
I've met some really cool people through your site too. Just some people that are following my stuff, and really appreciate them. And so that's been a great thing to get involved with your blog, and thank you for being on this show. I love having you on. Okay.
Yeah, my pleasure. No problem. We'll do it again.
Yeah,
maybe next week.
Yeah. Just, it's nice having you on the second hour because Frank doesn't last through the first hour, so it kind of it's kind of like a second perspective, and so I liked it. But you're welcome to you're welcome to call in earlier whenever you want. I'm just saying it's nice having you on the second hour, and we're gonna finish with a clip from one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. And it's the famous banana peel scene.
I think we should do the Rolling Stones after this.
Yeah, we'll end with the Rolling Stones to end this day on a happy note. Okay.
Sounds great, guys. Take
All right,
care.
talk to you later. All right, roll it.
Volume up here. This is a great clip, great movie.
You're your fault. You're your fault right from the beginning to the end.
You know, even for a policeman, your behavior was rather outrageous.
Terry Thomas.
Well, you could have taken a fair share like the rest of us.
Dick
but no,
Shawn.
You gotta go and grab up the whole scene, baby.
We had 350,000
Mickey
bucks right in our hands.
14 into 350,000.
That's Sid Caesar.
Shut up.
The incredible, the amazing Phil Silvers.
But no matter what happens to us, what happens to you, I hope will be worse.
I don't think you have to worry too much about that.
Very
My wife
creative.
is divorcing me.
They're all in different positions.
My mother-in-law is suing me for damages.
Broken in different spots.
My daughter is
He looks
applying
like
to the courts
Christ.
to have her name changed.
You know,
My
looks like
pension
a
has
cross
been
there.
revoked. And the only reason that you 10 idiots will very likely get off lightly is because the judge will have me up there to throw the book at.
Oh, that's tough. Oh.
Peter Falk.
I'd like
Love
to think
Peter
that
Falk.
sometime, maybe 10 or 20 years from now, there'd be something I could laugh at. Anything.
Ethel Merman.
Now see here, you idiots, it's all
I
your
don't know,
fault.
she's hot, though.
Because if you hadn't
Oh, what a fud. Goodbye, Ethel. She was crazy like my grandmother Estelle. Well, they were both neurotic and crazy. All right. And this is just for everybody out there. Try to be happy today. It's Sunday. We'll all get through this. I totally believe that. This is one of my favorite Rolling Stones songs sung by Keith Richards.